Hey, I'm Chase, and I consider myself pretty good at taking selfies. And like everyone else, I have my go-to angles, poses, and lighting. But what I've never really thought about is how this whole selfie taking thing is relatively new. They're so common and accepted that we don't really think twice and just do it. But why do we take selfies, and should we feel bad about it? I think it's time for a little lesson in the stuff they probably didn't teach you in photography class. For as long as humans have been able to draw and paint pictures, they've made art based on other people. Throughout history, it's been common for heads of household to have a large painted picture of themselves over the fireplace, or if they're particularly extra, maybe even a sculpted bust. But in addition to this, many of the people who had the skills created self-portraits, so many so that it has its own genre of art. I think that's largely because as humans we like images of ourselves. They show how we want to be or how we want others to view us. But as time has progressed, have we become more obsessed with this? According to Joel Stein of Time magazine, where 60 years ago the average family would have maybe 1 or 2 pictures around the house, be it a wedding or family portrait, today the average middle-class American family has about 85. And this doesn't account for photos we take and display on Instagram or other social media. There's no doubt we take more photos of ourselves than ever before, and the selfie increases that number dramatically. According to Google Trends, the word selfie only really gained popularity in 2014, and this was at the same time that most phones started to come with front-facing cameras of relatively high resolution. At the same time with Snapchat and the impermanence of selfies, our attitude started changing towards them. According to the head of Snapchat in a 2012 blog post, we started caring more about sharing authenticity and real emotions rather than picture-perfect photos. Overall, we grew to like selfies because they felt more authentic and less staged than formal photos. But even though it's so common, it's a bit awkward to be seen taking selfies in public. To older generations, it can come across that we're vain or self-obsessed, but for most people, I don't think that's the case. There are definitely some times taking selfies isn't appropriate, when we need to be thinking about and honoring others or important events. So this definitely rules out places like war memorials or events like funerals. But overall, selfies in moderation can be a healthy part of communication and self-expression in a digital world. It's entirely human to want to capture our experiences and emotions or make communication that little bit more personal. So as long as the situation is right, I say selfie away. I'll catch you later.